Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate it. So tonight we're going to be reacting to The Grand Hustle, another episode of The Grand Hustle, and that is the entrepreneurship type show with rap mogul T.I. And so we're on the 5th episode, and so let's check it out and see what entrepreneur tips we could gain from this episode. Let's check it out.
Hold on, we got a thug glass.
Oh, damn, he ain't drink?
He's drank before. They're coming.
Yes! Yes! Oh, you! I don't see George. Finally, his ass is gone. It feels great.
He's doing too much.
Wait, what?
Jonathan is doing too much.
You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. I'm here. Get used to it.
No.
What happened, guys?
He said.
I thought you were celebrating.
That shit. Are you serious?
Nah, I'm done.
Even though no one got eliminated tonight, this confirmed that George is the snake. He was so eager to convince me that he was not.
I know we probably got all those disagreements or whatever. Y'all may have mixed feelings about me, but I'm hoping that, next week.
I got from being real and straightforward. Like you don't last long.
You crossed me, I crossed you back, yo.
I ain't crossed you. I was real. I was straightforward. You got mad because I wasn't with your little plan.
Offer my opinion.
You gotta know when you're wrong, yo. For real.
He know he wrong.
Like, seriously.
Have you been a lead yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so if you become a lead, you'll understand the pressures that exist.
We clearly know how we feel about each other. We both gonna do what we gotta do to make sure as a team we get that W next week.
Thank you. Moving forward.
I love how the ladies are cool, calm, and collected because they understand that George is trying to get under their skin. That's the type of player he is. That's the type of person that he is demonstrating on this show. That if it seems like he could get under your skin, he gonna ride that. He is gonna ride it, and he knows how to react to people reacting to him. And so I love how they're just kind of like, not Javi, she ready to go toe to toe. But Sierra, she's just kind of like, look, let's just win for the team, y'all. All this drama, let's just win, so.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing?
Hey.
T.I. couldn't be here today. He had other stuff he had to do. He out fighting crime, kissing babies. Y'all gotta pay attention to the TV screen right here.
Good morning, hustlers.
Hey.
As you already know, the hustle never stops, and neither do I. But I need to get you started on your next hustle. My empire. It never stops growing, and I'm always looking for new business ventures to expand into. So this week, you'll be given a professional shoe artist to help you design your own custom sneaker. Once you've settled on your design, you and your artist are going to have to make an official sample, along with a marketing campaign to present to me tomorrow. Now, I'm going to need you to design something that we can introduce to the market for a profit. The bottom line is what matters.
Right.
The shoe and campaign that I think is the best investment is going to win this hustle. Remember, it got to be flat.
Yeah.
I was happy to see y'all step it up last time. Let's see if you can keep it up and get one step closer to that six-figure salary working in the Grand Hustle empire. Good luck. I'll be watching. K-Dub, take it away.
Hey, now that y'all heard the hustle, it's time to pick y'all points.
Anybody?
That's what you do, right?
This is huge.
Nah, I got flair. I don't love it. But...
Hell yeah. Exactly.
Team Hustle, who's the point? Jonathan. Team Grand, who's the point? Uh-oh, Javi.
One of my businesses is customizing shoes. That's what I do. So the reference to being point, of course, they knew that was going to be me.
Okay, so they starting off to a good, I think they got good points. I think Jonathan is the one who owns a salon. So the leader for the hustle team, he's the guy that owns his own salon. So he's, well, I would guess that he's accustomed to making marketing campaigns and things like that. And then you have Javi, who is a bling. She says she bling out things, and so she creates her own things, and she customized gym shoes. And so this seems like this is going to be a great project for her to showcase her skills. So let's see what they're going to do. It looks like the project this week is going to be product design, because they have to come up with the actual design of the shoe, and they have to come up with some marketing campaigns. So what's the messaging, the graphical elements to it? They have to create this product, and then they have to come up with a marketing campaign for it. So let's see what strategies and what techniques they take.
Jonathan, Javi, y'all will be presenting a shoe and market campaign to T.I. tomorrow. Y'all
Tomorrow?
Thanks, Bo.
Rock out.
They got 24 hours for the... Wow.
You already know, even though I was appointed by you guys, it's a team effort. There's no dictator here. There's no I in team. It's I in win. All right, guys, so team assignments, you have designer. Jonathan should be this because he's the man when it comes to designing. Marketing campaign. KG has a lot of experience with that. Budget and accounting, keeper of the book. She's been doing a phenomenal job for the whole...
But yeah, I don't mind. I mean, obviously, we're going to help in all areas.
Yeah.
The next one will be market research. This team member will be organizing and executing the focus group questionnaire in order to find what consumers are gearing towards.
I'll take that.
Pitchman, so with my impeccable vernacular and vocabulary, I believe I can articulate our purpose very well.
We really got to step it up this time, get this W, and because of what this is, they are expecting like nothing but greatness from us.
We lost 3 times already, like 3 times. Like everybody just needs to focus on this win.
So I know that's right,
market
Sierra.
research, it'll be Sierra. Advertising will be Teron. Budget, George, and pitchman, Jill. Jill, when it comes to being a pitchman, most definitely we need it fly, smooth, savvy, kind of, and we'll go into like slogans and things like that, okay? Most definitely.
I like to play a supportive role, so if you need help with the pitch, I'll help you with that. Also with the market research and the price points, I'll help you with that as well.
I've been a bad guy. I haven't always enjoyed it, but now,
Based on the things that T.I. said, I've been trying to refine my hustle and be nicer.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite me.
I wouldn't ask for George help. I would not. I would take this as an opportunity as an entrepreneur who's also vying for a position. I would definitely take this as an opportunity to showcase my skills. And so the way that she divided the things, the task, I agree with. However, I'm kind of suspect of Jill having the talking points. Based on what we've seen in the other episodes, she can be emotional and she can kind of get off points. So she don't talk in, clear, tangible ideas to me. And it could be because I've already labeled her as an emotional person. But I'm not sure. I think Javi should have taken that whole pitch man because she knows how to pitch and she knows how to articulate her thoughts very well. And so I think Javi should have took that. On the other team, on the hustle team where Jonathan is the lead, the way that he just kind of divided everything, I like the way the way Grace spoke up and was saying, I could do other things now. Don't just stick me into the accounting bookkeeping because I could do other things. And she is the creative person on the team. So she's a musician. She's the one that could, really get the thoughts really to flowing. And so she seems like she's going to be helpful in that creative space as well. So let's just see how well they did with divvying up the responsibilities for the team.
Sierra, we need to make sure we have the stats on what the urban community looks for, what catches the consumer's eye, what colors, price points, and things like that.
Yeah.
Once we get that, I will kind of know the direction to go with as far as what we want the shoe to look like.
Before we actually create a shoe from the ground up. First of all, I'm getting all the statistics, finding out all the stats, the numbers, and see what type of shoe would even be marketable.
With my research, as far as age, it's like 16 to 20.
Over $70 sales were up 9%.
Considering materials, price, comfortability, and versatility when it comes to season.
Men's shoes selling for more than 90% grew, over 25% since 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I have is some charts here.
Sierra's a boss, a true boss. As far as personalities, you just kind of attract to certain people.
ain't really something that you can help. You know what I mean? Like it just happens.
So who's going out with Sierra? I know T needs to work with her, and she's focused on her pitch.
Okay.
So
I went out with George, and we did a questionnaire to, you know, help when it comes to creative designing.
Are you a sneakerhead, man? You collect sneakers? I can tell. How much did you pay for a premium low-top tennis shoe?
150? 150?
$150.
100, okay. $1,000. All right. What details do you look for in a low-top sneaker?
Leather.
Okay. The stitching of it? Okay. If you could add any detail to a sneaker, what would it be? Anything in the world?
Maybe USB drive.
USB drive? Okay.
On the shoe.
Secret compartment? Okay.
A secret compartment.
All right.
They surveyed 30 people and got their opinions. If you get the right 30 people, it will tell you a lot.
Rockets on the bottom of your shoe, that is crazy.
Yeah. They did some good market research.
What are you working on, Vanessa?
Got
What are you getting from me right now?
30 opinions.
This is a really good line. For some, sneakers became both a market and an addiction. It's from CNBC.
Vanessa is in charge of getting together some data that will be helpful in the shoe design. It's very important for marketing analytics to see where we had to go in what direction.
In our design, do people buy more of a statement shoe, or is it an everyday shoe? TI will like it when we explain, we're like, this is who we created for this target market, like, but we need to decide who we're going after. People who love hip hop music.
We all here hustling right now, except for Vanessa. She gave us nothing. Like, where are the graphs? Where are the analytics?
So I think the most important thing, you know, shiny thing. People are drawn to shiny things.
This is analytical research, like luxury shoes or a brand or how much they be sold in the U.S. market.
Yeah.
She said, yeah. And so really understanding what market research is numbers. You have to kind of go out and see what's being done in the market of people who purchase gym shoes. How many gym shoes are sold in a year? You know, how many gym shoes were sold this month? It's the analytics, it's the numbers to the research that you're trying to get. So I'm not sure if she understands that, especially with the comment that she said shiny things, you know. And so I'm not sure she understands what her role is and the deliverable that she needs to be able to bring back from her responsibility. So maybe there's a communication miss there with understanding, no, this is your deliverable. We need to know these numbers. And that's what you need to be studying doing the market research. So let's see how she pans out.
New brands always want to go with the sound at the end of it. It's just, you know, like Spanx. You know, it sells more. Nobody will buy the shoe just for celebrity. So we're not, you know, that even though TI might be in the promotional material, I don't think we should focus on that. I'm prepared because of my account. Like, I know, factually, what I did a good job on this and that. And, I'm ready for that. But it's I don't know.
We can tell.
Hi. I'm Megan. I'm the graphic designer.
Hi, Megan.
Hello, Megan.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Javi.
Nice to meet you.
We need to talk about a name and a slogan. I actually like the name Majesty.
How about Royal?
I like Royal.
I'm in Royal.
Royal?
Definitely
Royal. Okay.
Okay.
The slogan be something like, step into your uprising, elevate your swag, or stepping into your throne, making it most definitely like a high quality type shoe. Like, we don't want to just have it like a low budget sneaker.
Right.
It's low cut, but we want it to be a high price kick.
Right.
The laces are gold, the emblems are gold, all black.
So the whole shoe is black.
Right.
There's a gold foil finish that can happen as well.
Gold stripe, gold bottom.
That might be sick. It might
Sounds
be
pretty fly to me. Sounds like a king. Something a king would wear.
I'm in charge of the advertising aspect of your campaign. There's a whole team effort that went into it. So it just kind of helped me put all the content together, get everything situated so I can just concentrate on a designer and put together actual PowerPoint presentation.
All black, gold leather laces with gold tips, royal across the tongue with the crown tilted. Everybody agree with the final? That's our shoe.
All right. That was a good conceptual meeting. came out with a product.
I'm the designer. Everything is gonna fall on me if this comes out boo-boo. So I'm gonna do everything I have to do to make sure this is an amazing shoe. I'm pretty much in charge with trying to come up with different looks and ideas to kind of dress up our shoe. We need one thing to set us apart from all of the other shoes. Gold accessories, that's like my main thing. You see, I got gold everything. Like, I love gold. So
Not about you,
I was thinking
it's about the
like
brand.
gold rings around the hoops.
What he's trying to do now is market something to the public, which is not the same as his style. He's not making a shoe for himself to buy.
So I think like this heel should be shiny. We thought that, you know, instead of the laces going crisscross, it would just be a lace going here, a lace going here, a lace going here. It's gonna be black snakeskin, and then the laces are gonna be black leather.
Just thinking, just looking at T.I.'s Instagram and looking at his kicks, he barely has black.
But we're also selling this to a general public who doesn't have like
I get that overall view, but the person that is deciding is T.I. because he's deciding if he likes the sneaker and if he likes the marketing campaign.
That's a
I'm
good
just
way to
taking notes to what T.I. likes and what he doesn't like, and I didn't want to step on his creative juices, but at the same time, I didn't want us to have a tacky shoe.
I appreciate her being able and comfortable enough to speak up even while the designers is there. Now, one point I like to make, I think they should have came together before the designers got there. You know, usually when you're on somebody else's time, they're charging for, maybe it was a free consultation, I don't know, but in a real world, you will be charged for a consultant's, you know, per hour price. And so you need to have as much information as you can before we get at the table, you know, and be able to talk, and you're not shopping around ideas at that point. You're coming with a pretty clear concept, and then you're taking a critique from the designers as to what'll make it, you know, hot or something like that. You know, that's my first thought as to what's going on right now. Secondly, just like T.I. said, and I'm so glad, what's her name? Crystal. And I'm so glad that Crystal is able and bold enough to say, look, I think we getting a little bit off track. We need to bring this back to the decision maker. T.I. is going to be the decision maker. We need to make sure this shoe fits him. And by what he wears, it's not looking like it will. And so she was, you know, team member enough to stand up and say, I think we're getting off track, team. So let's bring it back together. So let's see what direction they go in now.
How about putting this part of the shoe gold? Is that too much?
No, it might be too gaudy. Suede toe be lit.
Why everybody thinking black and
maybe
gold?
a hanging tassel in the back?
I think suede toe, like suede accents. Maybe the top back part.
Oh, you remember that stuff we bought for the party? And it was like...
The paisley?
Yeah. Just a thought, brainstorming.
Yeah, I don't... It's a shit show right now.
You're not the
Jonathan,
designer.
Like, this is where you have to
You're
step
the
in. Like,
lead
I don't
designer.
want to step on your toes and say, hey, Vanessa, you go do that. KG, do you need help with anything? Because that's what I would do as point. So I ain't gonna lie. This shit is very stressful.
I love it. See that? People will be fired.
It's only stressful to him because he's not giving everybody else a space and a voice to make some input on the shoe. You know, you're not the best designer. You're the person responsible for leading the design concept for the team. You know, so we can't be so attached to the role that we think that that's what we do. Because I don't think he's a designer. I think he's a Jonathan is a brand person. He's into musical, artistic type of stuff. So it can be a skill that he has, but he's not like a designer, I don't think. So I think he's being tied to his own thoughts too much.
George, do you still want to present?
Yeah, if you want me to, sure.
Yeah, I was going to say you want to come onto the floor and open it up for questions.
I can do the close and the Q&A.
So you both will do the presentation tomorrow? I just said he could be open for like, or do like a Q&A if like, you know. T.I. had some questions or something. He said he wanted to close it.
Oh, you want to close it out?
Yeah,
Like
she
you want
wants
to
to.
end the sale? I mean, if
I
she's
don't need.
comfortable.
I don't.
I don't have a preference, so I don't want to, be seen as sabotaging it.
Well,
or
then you
trying
don't. You don't have to
strong
do
arm.
it. You can just do the question and answer.
No. I mean, I am a closer.
George is very manipulative. Even when I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, he has this way about himself where it just felt like he was trying to take away from what I was doing or what I was assigned.
So, like I said, I don't mind doing it. I just wanted to just make sure we're on the same page.
We're on the same page, but we are. Any questions before?
I don't know if they on the same page, because in her initial request, Jill asked him if he would like to do the Q&A part. He added on being the closer in a Q&A. So they're miscommunicating right then and there. She should have been able to say, no, not closing. I have my pitch and I have the closing wrapped up in the pitch. I just need you to come in and to facilitate questions and answers. That's how direct she needed to be with George in this instance right now, because I don't think that they are all clear.
Before we go, George, because I know you're going to have a lot to say in my absence.
Forever hold your peace. George. Javi insisted that I went with her to get the crops. She wanted specifically George to assist Jill when it came to the pitch. I don't think this is a good idea.
I'm just really trying to still respect the man and work with him because he's on our team.
And I think Tehran, he's on their team and he's a salesperson. Why isn't he doing the pitch? Basically, like, he should definitely be doing the pitch. They saw him on the other challenges where he was a closer. He was the one that got them in to make to purchase the product or to execute whatever it is that they needed him to do. He's a closer. He really should be giving that pitch, in my opinion.
You know, she be stressed out and he is a lot. I don't know now. Like, you think that's a good pair?
No.
Did you narrow down the slides in terms of what ones you want me to do? That way I can focus on my talking points.
Do you want to just focus on closing and then I do the whole PowerPoint and you do whatever you want? Do you want to do that?
That's what I thought my focus was always
Okay,
on.
so then if you want to just do whatever you want, then you don't have to worry about any of this. Like, we don't have to, like, be really involved.
Now I'm trying to compare notes with Jillian to prepare for this presentation and to figure out where do I come in at to close off since I'm in charge of the closing. And somehow that got misconstrued. I'm just trying to be a team player.
You're saying that you're volunteering and you want to do it. You're not taking anything away from my presentation as a whole.
It's like you're getting emotional.
I'm not getting emotional. Don't tell me that I'm supposed to basically write out your closing. Write your own shit. Write your own shit. Write your own shit. George is the definition of disrespect. I don't feel comfortable being around him. Like, when I look at him, I just see like a negative energy and it's sucking the life out of me. I'm not babysitting you on this.
You're getting emotional, and I'm having a business meeting with you. You're talking over me.
George, you are doing nothing. You are nothing. Like, I don't understand what you
So
want
you're
from
minimizing
this
me, you're
situation.
disrespecting me.
Okay.
I offered to do a closing. I tried to get point
George, you can do a closing if you want to
and
do
you
a
got an
closing.
attitude
You
with
can
me,
do
you
a
shut me
closing if you
down.
want to do a closing.
Okay, we're gonna see
Okay,
how this
cool,
cracks
George.
out.
What are you gonna do? Make sure that I'm gone? What's in your villainous head?
I don't think he was poking at Jillian. I feel like she thought that George was trying to take over the presentation, and really it was just George trying to help out to make the presentation a little bit better. Here's my ideas.
Thanks for being prepared.
I agree.
Jillian tells George to shut the up, and we can just work
Jill,
from there.
don't talk to me
See,
like
keep
that.
going.
You're being
You keep
disrespectful.
going. You're being
There's
disrespectful.
No need for that.
Just like you don't know how to shut up. Like, and it's just I don't get
I hope
it.
you're good luck with
I
the
don't get it.
presentation. I'm not gonna talk to
I'm
you.
not worried about my
Focus
presentation.
on
Don't
what
be
you
worried
gotta
about
do.
me. Worry about you.
Just focus on what
Focus
you gotta
on
do.
you.
I'm not gonna say
Focus
anything
on
to you
you.
no more, Jill.
Focus on you. You do
Good
that.
luck.
So just try shutting your mouth.
I hope you win like this.
George, yo, I would rather lose than be you any day, my. So let's just be very clear on that.
Okay. Great.
Ooh, wee.
I need to use the restroom really fast.
You do that.
And she's still knit. She's still
Anyways,
feeling like she
so,
need to have a last word.
Shit, my train of thought is so right now.
You think she was being emotional? Jillian was being very emotional. She cussed first. I don't see it that way. I see Jillian peep George bullshit and say, that's not gonna fly here.
Let's just concentrate.
I disagree. I understand the angle that T.I. is coming from, but that's not how you peep his bull. You understand what I'm saying? You peep his bull by understanding that he's waiting to call you emotional. He's waiting to ask you a question, and so you can blow up because he knows how to push the buttons. And so even if she did peep his bull, she did a terrible job at trying to make sure she maintained her composure, because that was definitely all emotional from that. And maybe through editing some other things happened. But from that simple question, what he asked her, what George asked her, she blew up and she got kind of off track with the direct answer. He needed a direct answer. And she was like, well, if that's what you want to do and you want to do what you want to do, well, then why are we even here? She just went off into a whole tangent. And that ain't cool, Jill. That ain't cool at all.
What we need to get done for tomorrow, so we can go up, present, knock this out the park.
So the adjustments we
Teron
made,
just
you
got
already
it
know
done.
that
He
it's
like,
gonna be black snakeskin right here, right? So this will be shiny, and then the spike right back here.
Both of them
Things
doing
are
a black
going
shoe.
Okay, I think there was a little bit of maybe defeat just because Jonathan was kind of shut down a lot with the ideas that he did have. I mean, eventually we found that like happy medium, if you will.
And what's the name of the shoe?
The Regal.
Or possibly play on words with soul or...
King Soul?
I think that should be the line.
King Soul Regal?
The King Soul
is the line.
Is the line.
Like
this
the brand.
particular shoe, this specific shoe is the Regals.
You liking what you've seen so far?
I love it. I'm saying, like, I would wear that. Like, that is something I would definitely buy.
All right, we ready? We gotta get going to the store.
You have the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we getting?
At this store, we should be able to get the easels, look for the black index cards.
Here's the party store.
Hi. Easels? Easels. Yes, that.
Exactly. Black index cards?
Perfect. We'll do that then. Thank you. Got our easels. Okay, what else is on the list?
Pointer.
A pointer. You guys have like a presentation pointer.
Yeah.
We did. Okay, I think we
Hope they got a digital.
Yes.
They got a stick.
Me and Sierra left to go shopping and run errands for the presentation. How much is that? 35. Look, should we really do it like that? We wanted, of course, to feel royal because T.I. considers himself a king. Time to go.
This is it. So
This is it. Look, rub your hands together. Let me see how everything's wrapping up. I am calling George.
Hey, Javi.
Who is this, Jill?
Yes, Jill.
Okay, what did y'all end up coming up with?
I mean, like in regards to...
In regards to the PowerPoint, the Q&A, the closing?
Me and T are still working on stuff. I got into an altercation with George.
I'm still working on stuff, and I can talk to you guys when I see you in person.
I told you.
Okay, and where's George now?
I told you it was a bad idea.
Hold on.
Hey, what's up?
What happened? What's
Still
going
got an
on?
attitude. You
It
see how
doesn't
she
look like I'm going to be able to close because I'm not going to be able to work with Jill.
Hilarious. Shut the up, George.
Oh.
She just told me to shut the up again. She's being really disrespectful.
Jill is cursing at you and yelling at you. Okay, I trusted them to be adults and work together because they both agreed to. And I left specific instructions on how it should have flowed. She would present, he would power close, Q&A, shut it out strong. Did not happen at all. All right.
I told you. What did I tell
feel
you?
like now I gotta be either Javon or Mama Javi. Like I gotta bring
I
a personality
told
out. Like I have to tell grown people to get along. If we have a great product but a bum ass presentation, we lost. If I gotta stand up in front of Tip and do it myself, I will, because I'm tired of taking the L. And then this is something that I'm already expected to perform highly on because this is something that I do. I don't. Okay, since after we left, there seemed to have been some kind of issue. At this point, I just really need to know that this presentation is gonna be solid. So I would just like for us to listen to what that presentation is.
So like if we want to go through each slide and someone wants to say a selling point, I can write that down. I can memorize that stuff for tomorrow.
You're supposed to have the presentation
is the
done,
talking
girl.
points with this flow. Do you have them? Like, are you No?
No.
Jill had to handle the presentation. Now she's like, oh, I don't have any talking points. It's like, what the hell were you doing the whole time? Like,
she don't have any talking points for each slide. We have to go through each slide and make those talking points so we have something to rehearse and present tomorrow.
All right, so I have 7 points. First one is a summary of the brand, okay? So it's an introduction of the actual shoe. Then we're gonna go into a depiction of the design. So now you're really selling the features and advantages and benefits of that particular shoe, and you're setting it apart from the rest of the competition.
George, he was ready. The flow that he actually stated, it made sense. So now I have to decide who's gonna actually do the presentation. Whew.
There's no decision that needs to be made. George, she's the one that's ready. Jill messed up her opportunity.
She's trying to find a way to market my fault that she ain't doing her work. Tomorrow,
And let me tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to pitch. At this point, it's about the team. I'm tired of losing.
I haven't even reviewed all of the content.
Okay, but the flow that you read, it sound right. And at the end of the day, it's about what's best for the team. And what's best for the team right now is you being the presenter.
You the leader, I respect your decision. I'm gonna go for broke on the presentation.
If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose. We tried our best. You know what I'm saying? I gave pitchment to Jill because I felt like that was her chance to really show us what she's got and redeem herself. But
as a brand ambassador.
All T.I. care about is his bottom line and a business decision. So, of course, in business, regardless if I like it or not, if he sound like the best man for the job, he's going to have to present tomorrow. I hate to say it because I can't stand George. What he said at the end at the table, it sounded right. It sounded good. It sounded like what we need this W, period.
I don't want to give him that.
I don't want to give him that, but
I don't want to give him that.
Say it.
To bite my tongue and have George just think that he is the better man for the
ain't
job
got nothing to do with
out-talk me and all the rest of that shit. Just know that it tortures me and sucks the soul out of me. Nothing about the guy is authentic, and I wasted so much time in arguing with him that he was able to slide right on in and take my role.
Girl, you gave that up.
What's going on? How you doing?
They both
what
got
you got
black
for
shoes.
me?
So I proudly present to you today King Soul.
Why would an entrepreneur even consider getting into the footwear industry? According to the National Shoe Retailers Association, the global footwear industry has a revenue of approximately $52.1 billion.
Okay.
Our mission is to provide a luxury footwear line to complement the style of today's kings. Our features have details with different textures, patterns, and designs, which allows us the opportunity to represent the various swags of millennial kings today.
Venturing into the curation of the brand, the gold compass as our logo. The shoe will take our true consumers in any direction they're willing to go in.
So I want to talk Jonathan the collection. The Royals will come in blue and burgundy. The laces will be the same color as the shoe.
And this is presumed to be snakeskin, correct?
Yes, correct.
Would this be genuine snakeskin?
No.
Okay.
What does T.I. think? It's up in the air. I don't know. We shall see.
With millennials, they like to focus on exclusivity as well as limited edition. So with the launch events, we want to do this for sneakerheads. We want it to be an exclusive event in New York City, LA, and Atlanta because those are heavily populated and trend-setting areas, as well as a lot of sneakerheads are in those areas.
Okay.
Marketing
I appreciate your time and attention for this presentation.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm confident that we did our job, but it's all subject to T.I.'s opinion. So I really don't know who's gonna win.
With the tension moving on to the next one. Others step into the frame, they reject some. And the people are waiting for the next best.
How you guys doing?
Going good.
What you got for me?
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. On behalf of Team Grand, I'm here to present to you Royal, Step Into Your Throne. And now I want to introduce our point and also our creative director, Javi, who's going to walk you through the collection that we've designed so far.
So what you're looking at here are the mock-ups of the different designs. You may think, why such a flashy shoe with metallic gold? This is showing that there are different strokes for different folks. So you have your flashy, you have, you know, you're feeling saucy with your multicolors. You have something that will be prone to both groups, and then you have your classic white shoe. It's based on what the consumer would want.
How did you set your price point?
Based off of the research that we did, $149 seemed to be the best route to take.
Our target consumers are between the ages of 16 to 35. 85% of people who buy shoes are not just looking for comfort, but they're looking for style. So most of the people we were able to survey, they believe in quality. What this shows is how much people buy and the frequency upon which they buy. Okay, so
he's not
there's a
acquainted
high
with the
demand
graphs.
for sneaker aficionados who like to customize their sneakers.
Seeing him actually present, I know that I could have done better than him, and that to me is the most frustrating takeaway.
Well, I thank you for your presentation. I will take this under strong consideration. We will reconvene with how I feel. Sooner than later.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Had Javi not done what she did, we completely lost. So I feel like it is still a chance for us to win, but it's very slim.
Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Tonight is super important for me. I most definitely cannot go home. My mom's life depends on me getting this six-figure salary.
We put together a great shoe, so I'm pretty sure we got another W on the list. 4-0.
Keep it go. Okay, checkered shirt.
Here we are.
And is it a
yet
polka
again.
dot tie?
You're all competing for an opportunity to work within a multi-million-dollar empire and earn a six-figure salary. Now, last week, in exchange for both teams, far exceeding my expectations, everybody got a pass. That was a one-time thing. This week, no matter how good either of you executed, one of you must go. Start with Team Hustle. Jonathan, you're the point. First time you've been point. How do you feel this all went?
We did an amazing job. Everybody stepped to the plate, did what they had to do.
Okay. Javi, first time we've seen you at point. How do you think this went for you?
I feel like our team did exceptionally well. There were some discrepancies towards the end of day one. And
if you don't mind me asking.
Sure.
What were these discrepancies?
Why do they?
We overcame disagreements between two team members.
This conflict.
I don't understand why they be so bent on sharing the challenges when he asked that question about how did it go. It went well. We brought it together. That's it. That's all. Like every time he asks that, somebody volunteers the wrong information, and of course he digs in deep on it. I would too.
Just going to have to wait a second. Javi, who's the MVP on your team?
The MVP on my team would most definitely be Sierra, because she did say the analytics were important, and she made sure she did all of that research and said, Tip gonna wanna know how this is gonna benefit. We have to have who we're targeting, how does this shoe relate to the market right now? Like when it came to it, she was on it, and she was on it fast.
That's what's up,
Did
Sierra.
your research help you in any way with your design?
It helped in a lot of ways. So I did research and I found out the targeted audience, which was between 16 and 35. That made us, target the urban community. The research that I did was from stylish people, so that made us, create a stylish product.
Very excellent point. The analytics is basically the evidence that we have within the marketplace that will make me feel comfortable investing my money, showing me whether or not and how long it'll take me to get a return on my investment. That is why the analytics are so critical and important.
Data is always going to be king for your business, for whatever service you're trying to offer, whatever product you're trying to offer. You're going to have to go back and get some market research. You're going to have to want to know what's doing, and now if it's something brand new, products that's similar to it, what is it doing in the market now? But I love the way that they're drumming, you know, the fact that gathering data, getting your analytics straight is key. That is very key in any product development type of thing that you're trying to do as an entrepreneur. So I love that they're continuing to dive in on that data part.
Team hustle. One thing I can say, I was thoroughly impressed with your pitch.
They did. Everybody
pitched. The way you guys kept me engaged every step of the pitch, from the top to the closing.
The reason why we work so well is because we are vocal with one another and we can communicate.
Who was in charge of the design?
I was.
Jonathan.
Okay. What was your inspiration?
Himself.
Basically just wanted to make a luxury type of brand. So I really kind of made a shoe that I would wear.
Yep.
The shoe isn't a bad shaped shoe. It just has a lot of poorly executed designs. The fake snake skin. I don't like it.
Well, with the shoe design, it definitely was a collective thing. I did the basis, the basic part.
It's gonna be hard to sell that one. It's gonna be hard to sell that one.
He's just trying to throw his team under the bus.
Now, Javi, who was the primary person to oversee the design for your team?
That was me.
I was very impressed by that.
Thank you.
But my least favorite part about you guys' presentation was the pitch.
I can speak to it.
Okay.
So Javi assigned me the role of pitchman. And ultimately, George...
say something wrong.
Ultimately, George and I got into conflict.
What?
You know, he was basically trying to sabotage me.
What justifies the term sabotage?
You know, when it's time for him to tell me some ideas he has, he doesn't have any answers. And then when Javi and Sierra return from running errands, magically out of his ass, he has all these solutions as to how he can be a better pitchman.
What she's saying is not true.
So not true, Jill.
I personally never wanted to do the pitch.
Hilarious. No. Like, what a joke.
I was under the impression that Jillian had the pitch together.
Yo, he said mad times.
Can I get finished saying what I'm saying?
I have so much experience
I didn't talk over her.
Boardroom.
Let's just take it. If y'all feel like I feel about Miss Jillian, we just go take a deep breath. She can't even let the man finish. This man has really touched her soul to where she is so distracted from her opportunity that she just goes in on this man. We can't be distracted like that. This is a 6-figure salary, a role with a mogul where you can learn a lot from and exhibit your skills. She missing all her opportunity right now by what she's doing.
Like, what is this experience? Boardroom at Chuck E. Cheese? I took my ego outside of this and I said, if he thinks that he's overly qualified for this position, have it. Were you happy? I wasn't.
Riddle me this. If you knew that it was a bad idea for him to do the pitch, why did he end up doing the pitch?
On day one, after him and Jill had their disagreement, George had this long list of things of how it should flow. He pitched himself for the pitchman position very well.
I felt like the
what
team as a whole collectively needed to know what I thought, could make the presentation come together, since Jill was totally out of it in her head. She had totally given up on the actual presentation.
Look, Look, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Javi gave me that position. I 100% own that. But at the same time, I allowed this vile, venomous creature to like get into my brain and suck my soul, and it threw me off my game. That's just the truth of the matter.
Okay.
And so
I'll tell you who I feel.
That's why you're not fit to have this position. Because you don't think it's more people like that on his team that you're going to have to interact with or learn how to interact with? You don't think that he's the only one? You know, it frustrates me because she is being very tunnel focused right now. And if she has some skills, some personal skills, we haven't even been able to see that. This is episode 5. It's just frustrating when she speaks.
It should be exempt from elimination. Okay, now that I've given my opinion, I'll tell you who I feel should be exempt from elimination. What I do know about business is that a slick campaign and great ideas mean nothing if you do not have a product that will be supported by the market. Team Grand, you have your very first victory. Congratulations. You're exempt from elimination. You came up with a concept and a sneaker that I would buy. You backed it up with business knowledge, financial statistics. You made me believe that the shoe was a sound investment.
Thank you.
You guys may go celebrate.
Finish him. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm glad.
Jonathan?
They got out of there.
It's gonna be hard to look away. You are the point. You were responsible. Understood. What I saw from you as a leader, as a point, you have absolutely no control of your team. Of course.
Really?
One could hold Jonathan responsible for the direction of the design. Your sneaker design was based on something that I've never seen before.
What?
From the mind of Jonathan. I heard Jonathan say just now, I designed a shoe that I would wear. That's wonderful. If you're gonna put up the money. You have to get inside the mind of the person you're presenting to. Did you design a shoe that I could wear?
Well, that wasn't the only thing I based it on. We actually researched you. We researched shoes that you wore.
Whoa, you researched me and came up with that shoe? Who's in charge of market research?
Oh my
I was
God.
head of market research.
Did your market research suggest to you that this would be a good idea? Vanessa?
I had the research, did not put it into
Vanessa,
the
since you
present.
did the research, maybe you could tell me.
Vanessa,
what demographic did you target?
Male, certain age range, under 40, 20 to 40 was our age range, and
20
You said 20 to 40?
we did.
Already adults?
No. For the purpose of profit, it's 16 to 35. What rate of return could I expect from a product like that?
A key facts that I had of how that our shoe in the market would be in would accounts for 9% of the entire footwear market.
I'm sorry, Vanessa, but it sounds like you just tossing shit around. Do you know how uncomfortable it would be with a manufacturer or distributor or investor if we would present and you say, means over?
Well, we don't have a...
That's the problem. You don't have it. Unfortunately, I hear a lot of excuses. Excuses only sound good to the people who are giving them. Jonathan was a bad point. Vanessa failed to do the extensive amount of research that is necessary to seal the deal.
Vanessa should go home.
Jonathan had a bad design.
I think this is a learning opportunity
It's
for
good news
Jonathan.
and bad news and everything. Vanessa, the good news is you ain't got to go home. bad news is,
you got the glue here.
your time here is done.
Overall, it was a great experience, but I hated the design of the shoe. And I think when you're pitching a shoe, knowing a small metric rather than liking the design of the shoe, I think the design of the shoe holds more weight. But at the end of the day, I am proud of the way I played the game.
Your research affected his design.
This is a business.
I know that's
Guys,
right.
this competition is going to get more and more competitive. You have to find a way to pull the best out of yourself and each other. Use your time wisely. Don't waste my money. Good night.
Time is money. Well, we've seen that Vanessa was the latest casualty for the Grand Hustle teams. And so she was on the team led by Jonathan. And T.I. said a couple of things she did not, well, I guess seeing that the most pivotal responsibilities in a project failed, both of them, the market research and the design, both of them failed. And so I guess in that sense, Jonathan was not a good point because he wasn't able to kind of capture what they dropped the ball on. For instance, when the market research, when Vanessa started sharing what her market research was, at that opportunity, he should have jumped in and been like, okay, this is not what market research is usually. We need numbers like this, this, and that, and kind of gave her a little bit more direction with that. Maybe that would have helped her to give the better numbers and the good information to Jonathan to make the design of the shoe. But Jonathan started out wrong anyway with designing the shoe that he would wear. And we can see that Jonathan's style is much different than T.I.'s style. And so he dropped the ball coming into the gate with that. So it's unfortunate that Vanessa had to leave this week, but I so agree with that. And T.I. just made his decision at that point. Now, the other team, y'all could see how Jill had me just kind of frustrated because she kept trying to push it back on George. And George had his thing together. Okay, he had it together. He had the points. When she dropped the ball on the talking points, that's the whole presentation. What do you mean you don't have the talking points for the presentation? That is the presentation. And so to hear her say that, I just thought that she was going to be going home anyway, but I'm so glad they won the challenge, to where no one on their team went home. But okay, I've done enough rambling, but I'm so glad that you guys have decided to tune in and stay to the end. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video. I would really appreciate that as well. And make sure you stick around for the next episode.